Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am finally back with another makeup tutorial video. Yes, I have to say that this video was so difficult to make. My battery died, my memory card was full, everything was going on against me making this video, but I've managed. So yeah guys, if you want to get ready with me for my Christmas party to learn how to get this kind of look, then continue watching my video. I just had a shower, so I've used my Zio Obagi products to wash my face, and if you want to know how I wash my face and do my daily face routine, then I will refer you to another video of mine, which is going to be linked down below. So to start my makeup, I am going to follow up with Zio Skin Obagi skin routine, and this is Oclipse. This is Smart Tone Cream, which I really like to use on my makeup, and I'm just using it as a moisturizer. It gives you this proper glow, and I like the glow. It's very thick, so it takes a bit of movement to actually get it everywhere. For underneath my eyes, I am going to use my ultimate favorite, and this is 5 Second Perfect Blur by Garnier. And I'm just gonna squeeze tiny little bit if I can, because I'm totally running out of this product, so yay! That was a success. I'm just gonna apply it underneath my eyes very gently. I think I squeezed a little bit too much. What this cream is going to do is gonna smooth all the wrinkles, and it's gonna create this nice and smooth base for my makeup. Now to prime my face, I am using Pore Professional by Benefit, and also this product I'm totally out of. I totally need to ask Santa to get me one of those. Yay! Well, that was messy, but it worked. Basically, you want to apply your primer wherever you intend to sweat or get shiny throughout the day or the night. And that music downstairs, that's Paul. He's making tunes right now, and he's being very, very annoying, but hey, that's what boyfriends are for, to annoy you, basically. So now when I have my primer on, I'm going to be moving on into concealing my dark circles. My dark circles. To do so, firstly I'm going to be using concealer palette, and this is from Sleek, and I'm going to use this darker shade, because the darker shade is going to cancel out the darkness under my eyes. You'll get it when you see it. And I'm just applying a tiny little bit. I'm using my finger because it's always better to use your finger when it comes to cream products, because your finger is warm and it's gonna help the product to melt, so the application goes smoother. Now I'm gonna be using my NYX HD concealer, and this one is in yellow. I'm just gonna apply a little bit underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna use Beauty Blender to blend it. The application doesn't have to go smooth, because we're obviously gonna put foundation all over. It's just kind of a base for underneath your eyes. Now when I have all this done, I'm going to move on to foundation. And for my foundation today, I am going to be using, that was very difficult to say, 2 foundations mixed together. My ultimate favorite, which is a Chanel Vitalumier, I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is in shade 20 Cameo. And I'm also going to be using my newest foundation, which is by Too Faced, Amazing Face Foundation. And this one is in Warm Vanilla. So let's mix these two together. I really like this mix because I find that, like, when I just use Chanel, I'm getting quite shiny. I'm getting too shiny. And then if I mix 2 together, it works out perfectly. So to apply my foundation, I'm going to be using my foundation brush. And this is 102 Silk Finish by Zoeva. I don't know why, but I always start application from my jaw. I'm literally just dabbing the brush. And you know where you put concealer around, just make sure that you gently run through with your foundation brush, just to smooth it out. Holy scissors. Now when my foundation is done, I'm going to move on to concealer. And for my concealer today, I am using MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is in NW20. I will be using my Beauty Blender again to apply, and I'm going to apply right underneath my eyes. And I'm trying to create this kind of triangle shape because I like to brighten up all this area, not just underneath my eyes, but also kind of on top of my cheekbones. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side, just in case you wonder. I intend to get quite red in around my nose, so I always put a little bit of concealer there as well. Basically all the areas that I like to brighten up a little bit, I use tiny bit of concealer, and I also use it over the imperfections I might have. And unfortunately I do have quite a few today, and so we're gonna try to hide them. And on top of my nose and my eyelids. Now this is all the cream application of the foundation, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the other side of my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna like sponge everything so it all mixes nicely together. Mixes nicely, probably blends nicely, that's probably a better way to explain, but you know what I mean. Now when this step is completed, I'm gonna move on to contouring. I'm not gonna be contouring loads today, I'm just gonna do pretty basic contour, and to do so I'm using my NYX Wonder Stick, and this one is in shade Universal shade, and I'm going to be using the darker side, which is this side, and I'm just going to contour underneath my cheekbones, my forehead, and in around my nose. My forehead is quite large, so that's why I put quite a bit of contour on my forehead, but if your forehead is smaller, don't do that. And my jawline. Now moving back to my beauty blender again, and I'm just gonna blend everything together. This contour stick is not that dark, so there won't be any trouble blending it. Now that's all the cream products on my face, so now I want to set it all with the powder. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to move on to setting the concealer under my eyes and basically all the lighter areas, and then I'm going to bronze my face. To set my concealer, I'm using the mix of two products. I'm using my Chanel Powder Universal, whatever you pronounce this one, but you've probably seen this one in my videos before. So this is quite pinky, and because I'm kind of yellowish shade, my skin is kind of yellow, I'm also using MAC, and this is, sorry, I've got powder. I just spilled powder. And this is Prep and Prime in CC powder in yellow, I think it's just called yellow. Basically I mix two of them on the lid together, and then kind of shake it for the powder to mix. And I'm also using my beauty blender to apply, so I just dip it, and I would apply underneath my eyes. And today I'm gonna try to apply quite a lot because I'm gonna be doing darker eyes, so I might have quite a bit of fallout, so then I can get rid of that powder. This technique is also called cooking, and you can leave the powder, you can leave the excess powder underneath your eyes for quite a while, and then when you complete your makeup you just get rid of it, which you will see in this video at some point. Now when this is done, I kind of want to set most of my face with powder as well, and I'm going to be using the same mixture, but I'm going to go very, very gentle. And to do so I'm using a brush number 106 powder brush from Zoeva, and again I'm just going to dip it in the powder that I have left and very gently press it onto my skin, my face. And that should really do. For my bronzer today I'm going to be using my ultimate favorite, and this is MAC Give Me Sun. And firstly, to apply it I'm using quite large powder brush, and this brush is by Sephora. It does not have a powder, but I believe it's just, it does not have the number, but I believe it's just a powder brush. I like to suck it in. It really helps me. Whenever I apply bronzer, I kind of feel that it always looks better on this side of my face than this one. So basically I'm applying my bronzer to the same areas that are earlier on I applied my bronzer stick. Yeah. Now I'm going to be doing a slight bit of contouring, and to do so I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I'm going to be using the middle shade, which is the cold shade, and I'm just going to be contouring my nose really. And again I'm going through the same lines that I did earlier on with the contour stick, roughly the same guideline. I just want my nose to appear a little bit skinnier and a little bit smaller, and I want to cut my nose right here. I'm like, it's too long, it's too long. And I'm also going to use a little bit of that dark shade underneath my lips, which is going to create the shadow, which is going to make my lips appear bigger. Was that even in English? I don't know. I think I'm going to define my cheeks a little bit more with that darker shade, contour shade, and to do so I'm using my Real Techniques Bold Metals Collection contour brush, and I'm just gently applying it directly underneath my cheekbones. Yes. And that's that. Because I want to blend it a little bit, I'm going to be going back to my foundation brush and just gently I'm going to be blending it all together. Now to make my contour stand a little bit more, I am going back to my banana powder and I'm just going to define the line in between the contour and the rest of my face. Again, I'm applying a little excess powder, but I'm just going to be cooking. Oh, and I also realized that I completely forgot to blend my nose. So yeah, we want to do that too. It wouldn't be ideal to walk around with two lines on your nose. Okay, so this is my base face done, basic face done. The last step that I have left for the face is to apply a highlighter and maybe slightly bit of a blush, not the brush. I always keep saying brush. I'm gonna apply my brush on my face. That would be stupid. The highlighter that I'm gonna be using today is the highlighter that I got in Poland, and it was about €1 or so. And it is by Lovely, the brand called Lovely, and it's called Silver Highlighter, and that's how it looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. It really reminds me of my favorite highlighter ever, which is Merry Luminizer. So I'm just gonna be using fan brush to apply. I'm just going to bring it a little bit higher, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of my face. Slightly bit on my nose. And now I'm just going to be using my finger, and I'm going to apply it above my lips and on top of my nose. I will probably come back to this highlighter and add it onto my eyes, but we'll see how it goes. So the highlighter goes back for a minute. Now I'm going to be applying a little bit of a blush, and the blush that I'm using is by Max Factor, and it is Cream Puff Blush in Nude. And the brush that I'm using to apply is by Real Techniques, Real Techniques, and this is called Duo Fiber Face Brush, but I'm using it to apply my blush. I don't usually apply blush, but today I just feel like doing so. Yes, that looks strong. Looking good, girl. So now this is the face, and I'm going to be moving on to my eyebrows and to my eyes, and to do so I am going to zoom a little bit because I want you to see the details, right? And obviously typical, my battery went dead, so I have to do it all over again. But anyways, yeah, so let's move on to a fun part, which is an eyeshadow application. And for my eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using my customized Inglot palette. And these are the shades that I'm using. I'm gonna list the colors down below. Prior to the application, I applied the primer, and the primer that I'm using is from Lorac. It comes with the Lorac Pro palette. So let's start. The first and the most important thing prior to application of your eyeshadow is to matte your eyelids, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just using like a matte light eyeshadow, and I'm just applying it all over my eyelids. That's basically it. And now I'm going to be moving on to my Inglot palette, and I'm going to be using this eyeshadow right here, and I'm going to be applying it in my crease. See the way I'm holding my brush? I'm holding it towards the end of the handle, and this will allow me very smooth application of the eyeshadow, and the blending is going to be on point. I'm starting from the outer corner of my eye, and I'm moving towards my inner corner. Now moving on to my Lorac Pro palette, and from this palette I'm going to be using two shades. I'm going to be using SABLE, Espresso and PEWTER. Actually that's three shades. SABLE, Espresso and PEWTER is this one. And I'm going to be applying the mix of those three shades towards the outer corner of my eye. By the way, the mirror that I'm using is really bad. Really bad. And again, I'm holding my brush towards the end of the handle for smooth eyeshadow application. I think that's looking good. By the way, I'm running really late to that party. We're going to the hotel that, like, I don't even know the name of this hotel. I asked about 7 times, but I can't remember anything ever, so obviously I was told about 7 times the name of the hotel. I know it's on Harcourt Street in Dublin, but I have no idea. I'm just gonna Google it because I'm like too ashamed to be texting people and going like, what was the name of this hotel again? Now I'm just gonna swap the brush and I'm gonna use more fluffy blending brush and just go over one more time just to make sure that everything is nice and blended. Now, going back to my Lorac Pro palette, I'm going to be using a different brush. Let me see. Which one will I use? I think this is like really old MAC brush. Yeah, it's MAC 214, and I'm just gonna use it to place the eyeshadow on my lid. But before I do that, I'm gonna reach out for where is it? Fix Gloss, and I'm just gonna lightly dust my brush in Fix Gloss. And now I'm gonna be moving on to the shade called Gold from my Lorac Pro palette, and I'm gonna be applying it to the center of my eyelids. Well, that is some serious gold going on, girl. Yeah, I like it. I'm just applying all over my lid, and now I'm gonna go to next shade on my palette, which is called Little Bronze, and I'm just gonna add it in the corner of my eye. I just want to brighten up this area slightly, but whoa, what was that, girl? Going back to my blending brush, and I'm going to be using a shade called Garnet from Lorac Pro palette, and I'm just going to go over the crease. Now I'm moving into this kind of like more flat blending brush, and I'm going to be doing my lower lash line. Going back to Lorac Pro palette, using the same 3 shades that we used at the very beginning, which is SABLE, Espresso and PEWTER, I think it's called. I'm gonna get rid of excess eyeshadow, and very gently I'm gonna go underneath my lower lash line. And Garnet, that's another color from Lorac Pro palette. And going back to the same brush that I've used to apply the gold eyeshadow, and I'm gonna be adding a little bit more gold eyeshadow to the center. Now we're talking. Now I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna do my second eye, and I'll be back with you. And now my eyeshadow application is completed, I am going to be moving on to eyeliner. And as an eyeliner today, I'm gonna be using Inglot Gel Liner, and I'm also using Duraline, and this is also by Inglot. It's basically a solution for the eyeliner that you're supposed to mix those two with, and it makes the application smoother and easier. For a brush, I'm going to be using also by Inglot, sticking to the brand, and this is the brush called 31T. So let's work on that wing liner, girl. I like to use the lid from the eyeliner, and I always like drop the Duraline solution to it, and then I dip my brush in it, and I dip it in the eyeliner. Keep your fingers crossed. By the way, I got those eyelashes extensions done, and girl, trust me, it is so easy to do eyeliner when you have those lashes on. They're just like so in the way. Also, whenever I like put my eyeliner on, I have this need to open my mouth. So just so you know, it's normal, nothing unusual. Do you open your mouth when you put eyeliner on? I bet you do. So I think it went pretty smooth, it looks good. Now I'm gonna be moving on to my eyelashes, and as I'm wearing eyelashes extensions, I won't be doing much. I won't be putting like fake lashes or anything, but for my lower lashes, I am going to be using Oclipse Booster, and this is by Lancome, and this is basically like it's gonna boost my lashes, and I'm gonna put my favorite mascara on, and my eyelashes will look longer, thicker, nicer, fuller. This is basically just like white mascara. It doesn't have microfiber in it or anything. And now I'm gonna be moving on to my favorite mascara, which is from number 17, which is like the younger brand from Boots. And this is Falsify HD mascara, which I cannot live without. The best mascara ever, trust me. Just applying my mascara on my lower lashes. I think I actually might apply it to my upper lashes as well, even though that I'm wearing eyelashes extensions, but I have lost quite a few already. I mean, I had them on for like 3 weeks, So just to kind of make them stand out and pop. Oopsie. Come on, mascara. Now, thank you so much for watching. The only thing that I didn't show you in the video was to apply my lipstick. This is just a lip liner and it is by MAC and it is nice and spicy. Again, my memory card was full, so I had to delete a bunch of images of my memory card, but finally I'm still going. It was a difficult video. Anyways, it was nice to see you guys and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please press thumbs up, follow me on all social media, and most definitely subscribe to my channel because there's gonna be more of those very, very amazing videos coming your way. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!